without shutting me down. And that has been so healing for me. I dated a lot of avoidant men before finding my now husband. Even when I knew what avoidance was, I still continued to do it because of many things. Also, it was what I thought I was attracted to, and also sometimes I just ignored the red flags because I was excited about whatever guy. But in this video, I'm going to tell you how I knew that my now fiancé was secure when we started dating. Things that I had never experienced in other relationships that I had finally done enough work and study on to realize, oh, these are the green flags that we are actually looking for. Number one is he was really clear from the beginning that he was available for a relationship. If I look back at the people that I had situationships before, there was always this very foggy, what are we? Is this going anywhere? Experience, even to the point where I literally went on 30 dates with someone and it never manifested into anything because he just really wasn't ready for a relationship, even though he planned all these things and paid for them, and it was a whole thing. I think I have a podcast episode that tells that story. Anyway, so Björn was very clear from the beginning that he was available. He wasn't needy. He wasn't overly nice guy, which I think is some of the things that we can be afraid of when we're used to dating avoidant men. Like, I don't like nice guys, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like that. It was just clear. He was like, I am available to give you my presence. And that was actually really confronting for me because all of a sudden the attention that I felt like I wanted from men was really available to me. And it was also really nice because I didn't wonder if he was interested or not in the first dates. I knew that he wanted to pursue me and it felt really clear, and that made me feel really safe. Number two is he brought me into his world right away. He basically was not afraid to have me meet his friends, we actually knew some people in common. He wasn't afraid to be seen with me. He wasn't trying to hide it. He brought up the fact that he had met me to his parents pretty soon after meeting me, again, and not in a weird way, just in a healthy way. And in situations that I've had before, it always felt like I couldn't really get brought into their life. I wouldn't necessarily be invited to hang out with their friends. Our situationship was really separate from the rest of their life in some ways, which obviously in hindsight sounds messed up, but you know, when you're in the moment, you just think, oh, they're busy or it's not the right time and I'm just going to wait and be patient and then they're going to bring me into their life. So he was comfortable bringing me into his life right away. Third reason that I knew he was secure, and this is just more of an overall green flag, is he had awesome friends. So the longer that we dated, even at this point we were in a committed relationship already, but I would continue to meet people in his life and they were all so amazing, just kind, generous, welcoming me in, funny, good people. And when I think about my ex-boyfriend before that, he had like one friend who I didn't really like personally, not to be mean, but I was just kind of like, what is this? And didn't really seem to have other close friends. And that doesn't necessarily mean someone has an insecure attachment style, but I think it is a little bit of a yellow flag if they don't have good relationships and good people around them. Number four is he was willing to walk away when I said I wasn't available for a relationship. So obviously, as I said, we're engaged now, but in the early days, I met him 2 weeks after I went through a breakup, and I met him on quite literally the first day that I left the house, and he was interested in me right away, which was super sweet. But after spending a couple weeks together, I was thinking, okay, I can see that he is available, that he's interested, and I just emotionally do not feel there. It felt like there was this really heavy wall up around my heart, and the breakup before that had been a pretty big rug pull, and so I was really tender. And I just said to him, I told him the truth, like, I just don't feel available for this. I really like hanging out with you, but I can see where you're at and it's just not where I'm at. And instead of him waiting around or kind of being like, I'll do whatever you want or need, which maybe someone that's actually more anxious would do, he just stayed really true to himself and was like, okay, if that's the case, I'm actually not gonna stay here. He was actually only visiting Bali because he had some other friends there to see, and that's where I was living. And so he basically said, hey, I'm not the biggest fan of this place anyway right now, so I'm just gonna head back to Europe. And in that moment, I was also like, I felt a little relieved. I felt like that was a good idea. I really respected him for being able to choose his path and carry on with his life and not wait around for me, basically. And that his ability to give me space, even though it really hurt him and was hard on him, and his ability to just fully let it go was the thing that allowed me to feel like safe and also give me the space to feel the gap without him, because I didn't have to emotionally babysit him or anything. He was just clear. And that was really, really helpful and literally the reason that we got back together. And number 5, huge green flag from a man that showed me that he was really secure in himself, is that he could hold me in my emotions. So I am actually emotional, expressive being. I can get angry, I can be in my sadness. It wasn't always this way, but the more somatic work that I did, the more I feel really in touch with my body and the truth of my body, and I am really connected to my hormone cycle. And this can be a big edgy thing for a lot of men. Sometimes they completely don't have any capacity for it. They want to shut down your emotions. And he could just be with all my emotions without taking them on, but without shutting me down. And that has been so healing for me, actually, because I've just felt like in the past, I've always wanted to be perfect and contort and kind of shapeshift to what I thought a man needed at any given time. And this relationship has allowed me to be so fully myself, so fully vulnerable, and feel so safe. There's no games, there's no push and pull, and we are an incredible team. We're both really committed to growth. That could be a 6th one, that he's really committed to growth. I wouldn't say that's necessarily means someone has a secure attachment style, but it was definitely a green flag. So before I get into more about that, let me just end the video here. We have 5 ways that I knew he was secure. Number 1, he was super clear from the start that he wanted to date, that he was available to date. Number 2 is he brought me into his world with no shame right away. Number 3, he had amazing friends and has amazing friends, obviously. Number 4 is he was willing to walk away when I said I wasn't available. This is for sure a secure trait. Secure people are willing to walk away. And if you feel like you have anxious attachment, being able to walk away from the avoidant person that is not going to give you what you need is really, really important. In this case, I wasn't necessarily avoidant, but I just simply wasn't available, and he had enough self-respect to walk away. And number 5 is he was super available to hold and be with all of my emotions. Hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what stood out for you, any questions, anything at all. And final invitation for the women listening to this, feeling like I want more, I need this in my cells, I need to understand this, I need this in my body, I need to be also in my most secure self. I invite you to join me in Becoming Her. I host a live workshop once a month and a live Q&A once a month. It's a pretty nice, small, intimate group. The calls are never overwhelming. Everyone gets a chance to be seen and talk if you want to, and if not, you're just there to experience the full immersive workshop where we really dive deep in topics like with and moving beyond our patterns, being self-assured and confident in the body, healthy relating, so many different things. There's also a whole library of somatic practices for you. In my opinion, if this is the first video of mine you've ever watched, somatic work is the thing that makes a difference, because what we're doing here is we're trying to make a shift on a nervous system level. So anyway, go watch another video if that's interesting to you. Thanks for being here. Make sure to subscribe, check out the links in the description, come into my world. I would love to meet you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.